value of money. So what we will discuss is about the present value and the future value of money, as well as the annuity due and the ordinary annuity. So ngayon, punta na tayo sa future value of a single amount. So future value is the value at a given future date of an amount placed on deposit today. Tapos mag-earn siya ng interest future at a future date. So meron din siyang specified rate. So tinatawag natin itong compounding interest. Okay? So punta muna tayo sa formula niya. So ito ang formula ng future value. Future value is equals to present value multiplied by 1 plus rate raised to the number of periods. So yan yung usual na formula natin ng future value. So punta na tayo sa problem 1. Sabi dito, if Fred Moreno places 200 pesos in a savings account paying 9% interest compounded annually, how much will he have at the end of 1 year? So una, analyze muna natin ang problem. Ang sabi dito, how much will he have at the end of 1 year? So from the word will he have, so magkano daw yung makukuha niya? So dun pa lang sa tanong, alam mo na ang hinahanap natin is future value. So hanapin muna natin ang given. First, hinahanap natin syempre ang future value. And then, ang present value natin is 200 pesos. Ang rate is 9%. And then, ang number of periods is 1 year only. Okay? So, ayan. So, FB is equals to 200 multiplied by 1.09 raised to 1. So, ayan. Gayahin natin sa calculator. So, 1.09. So, dahil raised to 1 yan, wala ka nang gagawin. Multiply mo na lang ng 200. And ang sagot natin is 218. Tama ba? Yan. So, tama ang nakuha natin is 218. Next problem. Jane places 500 pesos in a savings account paying 8% interest compounded annually. She wants to know how much money will be in the account at the end of 5 years. So, dito sabi niya, how much money will be in the account at the end of 5 years. So, nalaman na natin kung ilan yung number of periods, which is 5 years. Tama. Ngayon, ang hinahanap din is future value. So, magkano ba ang present value natin? Tama, 500 pesos. And ang rate natin is 8%. So, ang formula na gagamitin natin is 500 multiplied by 1.08 raised to 5. So, ang unang gagawin natin is yung 1.08 raised to 5. So, 1.08 multiplied by 1.08, tapos multiplied mo ng 4 na beses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then multiplied by 500. Ang sagot is 734.66. Yan. Okay? Sana nakuha nyo kung paano yung multiplication ng 1.08 raised to 5. Next. Ayan. So dito, tingnan muna natin ang table natin. Ito lang yung mahabang formula dahil nga sabi ko kanina, di ba? Compounding interest to. So halimbawa, sabi niya 500 ang beginning amount mo. Tapos ang interest mo is 8%. So 500 times mo ng 0.08, 540. So at the end of 1 year, ang makuha natin is 540 pesos. So at the second year, yun na yung magiging beginning amount mo niyan since compounding interest tayo. And then sa interest earned, 540 times mo ng 0.08, ang makuha mo is 43.20. And then i-add mo lang siya ulit. So ang makuha natin is 583.20. So ito naman ang magiging beginning amount ulit ng third year. Okay? So ganun lang yung flow ng compounding interest natin. At exactly after 4 years or after 5 years, so ayan. So same lang ang nakuha natin dito at saka dito. 734.66. So ito kasi sabi, at the end of 5 years. So ayan lang, para lang maintindihan nyo kung paano nagiging nakukuha ang future value ng mas mabilis kaysa dito. Okay? Dun, I think last problem natin to. So you are scheduled to receive 14,000 pesos in 2 years. When you receive it, you will invest it for 7 more years at 10% per year. How much will you have in 9 years? So ang tanong, how much will you have in 9 years? So magkano daw ang makuha mo sa future, di ba? So ayan ang hinahanap natin as future value. Next, ang present value natin na amount is 14,000. Tama? At ang rate natin is 10%. Now, sa number of periods, dito tayo magkakaalaman. So, ang number of periods ba natin is 7 or 9 years? Ang sabi kasi dito, you are scheduled to receive 14,000 in 2 years. Tapos, i-invest mo daw ito for 7 more years. So, kumbaga, halimbawa, ngayon, 2024. Sa 2026, doon ka palang makaka-receive ng 14,000 pesos. And then for another 7 years, so 2026, so sa 2033, ayun, sa 2033, i-invest mo siya from 2026 to 2033. So ang sagot natin na number of periods is 7 years. Tama. Tama. Okay, sana naintindihan niyo yun. Next, so for, sa formula na natin, so 1.1, dahil 10% yan, raised to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan pala. So 1.1 raised to 7. So pindutin nyo itong multiplication. Tapos 6 na equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then multiply by 14,000. Tama bang nakuha natin? 27, 27,282.04. Ayan, tama. Okay. So remember guys, sa future value, as the rate increases, given the given the same period and principal, the future value also increases. No? And also as the period increases, given the same principal and rate, the future value increases. Okay, next. After ng future value single amount, punta naman tayo sa present value of a single amount. Sabi dito, present value is the current dollar value of a future amount. The amount of money that would have to be invested today at a given interest rate over a specified period to equal the future amount. So, ang kabaliktaran lang ito ng future amount, dito sa present value of a single amount, hinahanap mo ang present value ng amount na dapat nasa future siya. Okay? Ito yung sabi niya, current value of a future amount. So, ang formula natin for present value, future value divided by 1 plus rate raised to the number of periods. So, ano lang to? Pinagbaliktad lang natin yung sa future value na formula. Okay. So, first problem natin. Pam wishes to find the present value of 2,300 pesos that will be received 7 years from now. Pam's opportunity cost is 7%. So, nasa problem na mismo, wishes to find the present value of 2,300. So, ano ang mga given natin? Hinahanap ang present value. And then, ang given natin na future value is 2,300. Rate will be 7%. And the number of periods is 7 years. So, ang formula is 2,300 divided by 1.07 raised to 7. So, ang unahin natin is yung 1.07. 1.07 raised to 7. So, multiplied by 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, gamitin nyo ang inyong memory plus tsaka memory recall. So, after nung nakuha yan, pindutin nyo itong M plus. Okay? Tapos, um, gawin nyo lang yung 2,300, yung nasa value natin. Divide mo siya ng memory recall. Okay? So, ang makuha natin is 1,432.32. I hope ngayon pa lang alam nyo na yung paggamit ng calculator natin. Ayan, tama. 1,432.32. Next problem. You want to begin saving for your son's college education, and you estimate that she will need 200,000 pesos in 15 years. If you feel confident yet that you can earn 9% per year, how much do you need to invest today? So sabi niya dito, kailangan daw ng anak mo ng 200,000 sa 15 years. Siyempre magkakalis na yan. Tapos, sabi niya dito, 9% per year. How much do you need to invest today? So magkano daw yung i-invest mo siya sa ngayon? So dun pa lang, sa tanong na yon, malalaman mo na hinahanap natin ay present value. Tama ba? Tapos, ang future value ng amount na gusto nating makamit is 200,000 pesos. Ang rate natin, tama, 9%. At ang number of periods natin is 15 years. So, ayan, ang laki pala. So, gamitin natin ng formula, 200,000 divided by 1.09 raised to 15. So, again, unahin natin yung 1 plus rate, 1.09. So, pinutin ng x, tapos 14 times na equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Tapos, click nyo yung memory plus. Okay, and then, click nyo yung 200,000 divided by memory recall. Ang sagot natin is 54,907.61. Okay? Next, Problem 3. Last problem na to, I think. Mr. Ang owes a total of 5,700 pesos, which includes 11% interest for the 3 years he borrowed the money. How much did he originally borrow? Oh, sabi ng tanong, how much did he originally borrow? So meaning, present value talaga ang hinahanap natin. Tapos, ang future value amount is 5,700. Ang rate is 11%. And ang number of periods is 3 years. So, ayan, gamitin natin ang formula. So, 5,700 divided by 1.11 raised to 3. The third. Okay, so 1.11 una. Tapos, dalawang beses lang na equals. And then, memory plus again. Tapos, 5,700 divided by memory recall is equals to 4,167.79. Ayan. So remember guys, sa present value natin, no? As the rate increases, given the same period and principal, the present value decreases. So pabaliktad naman siya. Okay? So as the same as the period increases, given the same principal and rate, the present value decreases. Pabaliktad lang siya nung future value. Next, punta naman tayo dito sa annuity. Ayan. So annuity is a stream of equal periodic cash flows over a specified time period. So credits pala dun sa naging prof ko. Okay? Ilang years ko nang ginagamit to. So ayan. These cash flows can be inflows. Alam niyo naman, inflows, papasok siya. Of returns earned on investments or outflows of fund invested to earn future returns. So meron tayo sa annuity, meron tayong tinatawag na ordinary annuity. So, and annuity due. So, ang tandaan nyo lang dito, kapag ordinary annuity, at the end of each period. Okay, dun siya kung nagpapasok ng investment. Ang annuity due naman, ang cash flow is at the beginning of each period. Ayan, so para mas maintindihan nyo, ayan yung cash flows natin for annuity, due, and ordinary annuity. So, ang ordinary annuity, every end of the period, di ba? So, ayan, on the first year, syempre, ang beginning niya is 1,000 kasi at the end of year siya nag-invest. So, ayan, pumunta na tayo una, future value, ordinary annuity. So, again, ang ordinary annuity, at the end ba or at the beginning of each period? Tama, at the end of each period. So, ito ang formula natin, future value for ordinary annuity. So, CF multiply by, ayan, nawalan pala ang internet. So, future value is equals to cash flow multiplied by 1 plus rate raised to n or number of periods minus 1 and then i-divide mo yon sa rate. So anong tawag dito? Napakadaming solution ang gagamitin natin ngayon. So, punta tayo sa problem 1. ABN Corp expects to invest 100,000 pesos of the firm's funds in a long-term investment vehicle at the end of each year for the next 7 years. He expects that the company will earn 9% interest that will compound annually. The value that this payment should have at the end of the 7-year period is calculated as. So, ayan, kung makita nyo, sabi niya dito, at the end of each year. So, dito, malalaman mo na ordinary annuity siya. Next, paano mo malalaman kung future value? Ang sabi dito, he expects that the company will earn 9% interest that will compound annually. The value that this payment should have. So, meaning, ano daw yung value nun at the end of 7 years? So, future value nga ang hinahanap natin. Okay? So, ngayon, ang present value or ang cash flow natin is worth 100,000 pesos. Rate will be 9% and the number of periods is 7 years. So, ayan, gamitin natin ang formula. So, mag-calculator tayo. So, dito, para mas madali ang buhay nyo, wow. Ang muna natin kukunin is yung 1.09 raised to 7. Okay? Yun lagi ang kinukuha ko. 1.09. So, raised to 7. So, 6 na beses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. O, tapos minus 1 mo. Minus 1. And then divided by 0.09, yung rate natin. And then after that, multiply mo ng 100,000. So, ayan. Tama ba ang nakuha natin? Ayun, 920,043.47. Tama. So, next problem. Oh, sabi niya daw, what if? Ay, naku, mga accountancy talaga. Mahilig sa what if. What if the interest on the investment compounded monthly instead of annually? And the period is only 2 years. So, eto, dito na tayo magkakaproblema. Kapag sinabi niyang compounded monthly. So, sa mga years, guys, ayan. So, sabi niya, kapag annually, number of years lang, kung ilan lang. Okay, halimbawa, sinabi dito, compounded annually. So, and the period is only 2 years. So, 2 years lang yung number of periods natin. Kapag semi-annually, I think divide to dapat. Yung number of periods, tama. Number of years times mo lang ng 2. So, magiging 4 periods siya. Kasi nga, semi-annual. Okay? Halimbawa, tapos sabi naman, quarterly. So, ang quarterly is 4 periods a year. So, 4 times mo lang ng 2 years, edi 8 periods siya nun. Pero ang tanong natin is compounded monthly. So, ngayon, ang number of periods natin is 2 years multiplied by 12. So, magiging number of periods natin is 24. Okay? Next, same lang sa taas kanina. Okay? And then, ang rate natin, yan. Ang rate natin, syempre, dahil nga nag-multiply tayo ng 12% doon, ang rate kasi given dito sa taas is annually na to. Okay? Kasi sabi niyo, that will earn 9% interest that will compound annually. So, ang 9% na to is annual siya. So, good for 1 year. So, paano naman yung monthly natin? So, syempre, di-divide lang natin ng 12. So, ang rate natin will be 0.0075. Okay? So, ito na tayo sa formula. So, 100,000 multiplied by 1.0075 raised to 24, ang dami naman. Minus 1 and then divided by 0.0075. So, una natin gagawin yung 1.0075 by raised to 24. O, multiply mo. Tapos, 23 beses na equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. O, tapos, minus 1. And then, divided by 0.0075 multiply by 100,000. Ang sagot ay, tama ba yung nakuha natin? Ayun, 2,618,847.06. Ayun, tama naman pa. Okay. Next, last problem for this one. Kurt wants to have 935,000 in an investment account 2 years from now. The account will pay 5% interest per month. If he saves money every month starting 1 month from now, how much will he have to save each month to reach his goal? Okay? So ngayon, sabi niya, gusto niya makakuha ng 935,000 sa investment 2 years from now. So dun pa lang, masasabi na natin na ang 935,000, is it a present value or future value? Diba? So, I think itong 935,000 is future value. So, ngayon, ang hinahanap natin is present value, di ba? So, babaliktaran lang natin ang formula na ginamit natin. Okay? Ayan. Ang number of periods pa rin natin is 2 years and ang rate is 5%. Tapos, ang cash flow or ang present value ang hinahanap natin ngayon. Okay? So, meron tayong bagong formula na gagamitin. So, originally, ang formula natin is ito. Okay? So, kung aayusin natin yan, no? Kasi hahanapin natin ang cash flow. So, aalisin natin itong naka-parenthesis na to. So, ang gagawin lang natin is i-divide natin by that formula. So, kaya ito, nag-cancel out lang tayo. And then also, dun sa kabilang side, magdi-divide lang tayo ng parenthesis na yon. So, ang bagong formula natin, ito. So, new formula natin is for finding the cash flow dun sa future value natin. So, future value divided by 1 plus rate raised to n minus 1 and then divided by r. So, dun sa given problem natin, ito ang formula natin. So, ang cash flow natin is, ang future value natin is 935,000. Ang rate is 5% and meron tayong 24 years. 24 years ba? Okay. 2 years pala, tapos sabi niya monthly, kaya naging 24 siya. And also, yung 5%, I think dapat hindi siya 5% kasi every month pala. Okay, so mali yun, pero gamitin pa rin natin yung 5% for now. Okay? So meron tayo dito 1.05 raised to 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23 minus 1 divided by 0.05. So memory plus natin. Tapos 935,000 divided by memory recall is equals to 21,010. Ayan. So 21,010.29. So I think mali yung rate na nalagay natin kasi imbis na 0.05 kailangan um madi-divide din siya kasi monthly nga. Ay hindi. Tama siya. Kasi the account will pay 5% interest per month. So ayun, tama lang pala na 5% kasi sinabi naman doon na per month siya. So careful lang pala tayo sa pag-analyze ng problem mo. Next, punta naman tayo dito sa present value of ordinary annuity. So ayan, meron tayong dalawang formula, no? Pero same lang ang kalalabasan natin. Mas maganda yung nasa baba. Ito. Kasi mas mabilis siyang mag-solve. Okay? So ang formula natin for present value ordinary annuity Cash flow multiplied by 1 minus 1 over 1 plus R over N. Tapos, i-divided by the rate. Okay? So, ayan, crucial din pala ang pagsunod natin dun sa mga parentheses, no? Kung ano yung uunahin natin. Ayan, sabi dito sa problem man, how much money does Susan need to have in her retirement savings account today if she wishes to withdraw 77,000 a year for 12 years? She expects to earn an average rate of return of 9.15%. So sabi niya dito, savings account today. So ang hinahanap natin is present value kasi hinahanap niya kung magkano daw yung kailangan niyang i-save ngayon. So, present value ang hinahanap natin. Cash flow natin is 77,000. Rate will be 9.15% and ang number of periods is 12 years. Okay. So, gamitin natin ng formula. 77,000 divided by 0.0915 multiplied by 1 minus, yeah, 1 minus 1 over 1.0915 over 12. Okay? So, unahin natin, guys. So, unahin natin yung 1.0915 raised to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, tapos memory plus nyo. Okay? Tapos, 1 divided by memory recall. Dalawang beses na memory recall. Tapos, ayan. Tapos, memory plus ulit. Okay? Tapos, 1 minus memory recall. Dalawang beses ulit. Is equals to, ayan. Tapos, memory plus. And then, multiplied by 77,000. Okay, tapos divide mo ng 0.0915. Ayan, tama. 547,233.17. So, ayan ay, sana nakuha niyo sa calculator niyo, no? Ngayon pa lang dapat maintindihan niyo na yung paggamit ng calculator niyo for the exam. So, next, sabi niya, today you are purchasing a 10-year 5% annuity at a cost of 55,350. The annuity will pay annual payments starting 1 year from today. What is the amount of each payment? So dito, kanina, hinahanap natin ang present value. So ngayon, hahanapin naman natin ang cash flow ulit. Okay? Kung magkano yung kailangan mong bayarin per year. So gagamitin lang natin ng bagong formula ulit. Ayan. So yung kanina, ito yung formula natin. So aalisin lang natin itong um, mahabang formula na to para magstay yung cash flow natin. So ang new formula natin, ito, as for cash flow, present value, ordinary annuity, divided by 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r raised to n, divided by rate ulit. So dami, di ba? Pahirap ng pahirap. So ang given pala muna natin, so ang present value is 55,350. So nawawala ang cash flow. Ang rate is 5% and number of periods is 10 years. So, ang tanong kasi, sabi niya, the annuity will pay annual payments starting 1 year from today. What is the amount of each payment? So, what is each payment? So, meaning, magkano yung babayaran mo every end of the year? Okay? So, ayan. Wala pala akong formula, wala yung formula ko dito. Okay? So, gagamitin natin ito. Okay. So, muna, 1 plus rate. So, 1.05 raised to 10. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, memory plus natin. 1 minus, 1 divided by memory recall. So, ito ang magiging sagot. Then, memory plus again. 1 minus memory recall. So, ito yung magiging sagot. And then, divided by natin ng rate, 0.05. Tapos, memory plus again. And then, ang present value, 55,350. Divided by memory recall, ang sagot is 7,168.08. Ayan, tama. Sana nakukuha nyo rin sa pagsasolve niyo. Next natin, future value of annuity due. So, ayan, napakahabang formula, guys. So, I think nandyan na rin yung mga ano natin, pagkakasunod kung paano kukunin. Okay? Next, problem man na tayo. ABN Corp, sabi niya, expects to invest 90,000 of the firm's funds in a long-term investment vehicle at the beginning of each year. So, ayan, sinabi na dyan, at the beginning of each year, annuity due siya. Tapos, sabi niya, he expects that the company will earn 10% interest that will compound annually. The value that this payment should have at the end of the 5-year period. So, ang hinahanap din natin is future value. Okay? And at the beginning of each year nga, ang sabi niya, so, annuity due siya. Okay? So, ang cash flow natin is 90,000. Rate is 10%. And ang number of periods is 5 years. So, ayan, sundin lang natin ng formula. So, 1.10 raised to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus mo ng 1, divide mo ng 0.10, multiply by 1.1, and then multiply again ng 90,000. Ayan, ang sagot is 60,000, 604,404.90. Okay? Next, what if, sabi niya, the interest on the investment compounded quarterly instead of annually, and the period is only 3 years. So, ayan, meron na naman tayong ulit yung rate. So, dahil quarterly siya, divide mo ng 4. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 0.025. And ang number of periods natin is 12. Kasi 3 years times mo ng quarterly na 4. So, ay mali to. Dapat 12. Ayan. Ang n is equals to 12. 12 periods lang, hindi 12 years. So, ayan, gamitin natin ulit. Ang dami ulit. 1.025 raised to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus mo ng 1. Divided by 0.025. Multiply by 1.025. Multiply again ng 90,000. Ang makuha natin is 1,272,639.76. Ayan. Last problem, isa na lang din dito sa present value annuity. So, ito, ang formula ng present value annuity due. So, CF, cash flow divided by the rate, multiplied mo lang ng 1 minus. So, kanina, parang same lang, di ba? Ang pinagkaiba lang ng ordinary annuity and annuity due, kung makita nyo guys, sa formula, nagdagdag lang siya ng 1 plus rate. Itong sa dulo. Okay? Dinagdag niya lang, ayan. Ordinary annuity yan, plus ito ang annuity due. Okay? So, nagdagdag lang siya ng 1 plus rate doon sa dulo. Okay? So, last problem natin. A and B company wants to purchase machinery in the installment purchase system method. And it will pay the third party an amount of 120,000 at the start of each year for the next 7 years. What will be the amount if the company needs to purchase the machinery in advance, assuming the interest is 5%? So at the start of each year, so alam mo na, annuity due yan. Tapos sabi niya, magkano daw yung amount para ma-purchase niya in advance? Okay? So in advance, so yun yung cash flow natin. So ang hinahanap natin is yung present value niya kasi nga pala in advance. Okay? So ang cash flow natin, it will pay an amount of 120,000 pesos. Ang rate natin is 5%. Ang number of periods natin is 7 years. Okay? So using the formula, papakita ko ulit. So ayan. So ang gagawin ko muna is yung 1.05 raised to 7. Okay? 1.05 raised to 7. So pindutin mo lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tapos pindutin yung M plus isang beses lang. Yan. Tapos ayun, dun na tayo dun sa 1 divided by. 1 divided by memory recall, dalawang beses na pindot sa memory recall equals, yan. Tapos mag-memory plus kayo ulit. Okay? Tapos 1 minus memory recall, dalawang beses ulit sa memory recall equals 0.2893. So i-multiply mo na yan dun sa dulo. 1.05. Yan, di ba? O tapos i-memory plus nyo. O yan. And then, solve natin yung pinakaunang parenthesis. 120,000 divided by 0.05. Ayan. Tapos multiply nyo ng memory recall. Ang sagot natin is 729,000 83.05. Ayan, tama naman yung nakuha natin. So, ayun guys, I hope na may natutunan kayo for this day and you can use this video para mas marami pa kayong ma-review, okay? Then meron pa rin naman akong copy dito, so ng mga other problems, let's see kung mas-send natin sa GC nyo. So, ayan guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for, I hope you learned something.